Hello, I'm Trinity.
0, 1. Let's get started.
The respect and affection of other people is one of the most important things in life. Yet we don't think about it much, except when we're outside of the group, wanting to belong. Whoa, man, what You know how much I sacrificed? I was sitting wishing I was...
Hello. Ow. Hello. Good morning. Good evening. Good night. Whenever you're watching this. And today is Monday. Freaking June 9th. Tis my father's birthday today. We're gonna get started. Let me just make sure I have everything. Got some tea. Water bottle. And some chip and dip and some olives. Because I'm hungry. I will say it. I miss doing shadow reaches. Not going to. I'm not saying I was dreading coming back to do these, but I just knew these are going to be a little bit more. Each week gets deeper and deeper, as it should. I should probably put some pants on just because I have to get up and stuff. Hold on. Let me put some pants on. Let me put some pants. Look at what you see. All right. That might be significant, actually, that song. Look at what you see. All right. I got these downloads June 1st. And I wrote June 8th on the top because I thought I was going to read these yesterday. But Spirit had other plans. So again, this is episode 9. 8. Child, I don't know. I put episode 9 on the thing. I could be wrong. Look, I'm going to figure it out when I post it on YouTube. Anyway, let's see which one Spirit wants us to go over first. And if they want me to go over all of these in one episode. The first one I'm looking is in blue ink, or the blue little dry erase marker. And it says, fire starters need to cool down before, in between, and after events. Obviously that's significant for people who obviously maybe have anger issues, but on a more deeper note, if you are connected to like pyrokinesis, I think, or just being a fire starter, or you're heavily attracted to fire energy, or you possess fire energy naturally, or you have a lot of fire in your chart, Spirit is definitely saying that at this time, and for the rest of your life, to be honest, you need to learn if you don't already, how to cool down before, in between, and after events. So meaning, say you're getting ready for an event and you have fire in you, right? You're pumped to go or whatever. Spirit is saying cool down before you leave. I would name an example. When I get ready to go places, right, I'm gonna cool fine. As soon as I get in that car, I don't know what happens, but I just turn on some music and things just get a little chaotic. Because it's something about driving a car. It's something about being on your way to a location or your destination that it's like everybody's driving with one hand on the wheel, you know what I'm saying? Music blasting and shit. That's not always conducive for life in general, because a lot of chaos can happen in between times. So like Spirit's just saying, be careful with your fire energy. It's necessary. All types of energy are necessary in this life, but it also is necessary to know when to use it and when your fire energy might get in the way of something, or when it will be detrimental to something. I'm definitely channeling a lot because I'm just speaking so fluently right now. I'm conscious, but it's from a different, anyway. I've definitely learned how to slow down. Yeah, okay. Another thing with fire energy or wands energy is we tend to want things quick, want things fast, you know what I'm saying? Like the having patience is a little bit difficult sometimes, because if we're always on the go, we're always like this, we're expecting everything else to move like this, like as far as like maybe our blessings or maybe the world around us. You know what I'm saying? You have to remember that you are still in your own world and that you might have to step out of it from time to time to make sure everything's in kind of like an equilibrium, or just to get out of a certain perspective and hop into a new one. How you would calm down between. So basically, I'm interpreting between meaning at the event. So basically, you get to wherever event you're going to, right? Cool. And some people react to their anxiety differently. Some people get extremely quiet. Some people actually get extremely social and loud or whatever, because it depends on you as a person as far as how you react to your anxiety or your anxious behavior, or just stepping into a room and there's a whole bunch of people and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Sometimes that fire can come out for different reasons in different ways, but we have to make sure we're acknowledging that when it comes up, and that we can cool ourselves down. That's why it's very important to be conscious. Confirmation is very important for us to stay conscious and to keep elevating our consciousness together and alone and with God and as above, so below, all that stuff. And then the last one, obviously, in that little download, it says after events. So obviously learning how to calm down after events, that's a pretty self-explanatory. I feel like that happens naturally, especially if you guys know of a thing called a social battery. And I feel like a lot of people in my collective have that. Like, it's a real thing. Like, the social battery definitely turns off after a while. I'm not saying my social battery is off right now, but I'm definitely, like, chilling right now. I'm not on no up and down, jumpy, uppity stuff right now. I was maybe, like, 5 minutes ago before, but now I'm just chilling. I like this energy for these types of videos because I feel a little bit more focused. I don't feel too everywhere in when I'm speaking. I feel like a lot of the information is coming very straight and fluid, so I don't feel like I'm going everywhere and confusing the audience, confusing myself, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely heavy on just, I feel like a lot of my collective has mastered the energy of chaos and really just either put it to rest, or they can, I don't know, transmute certain things that it brings, you know what I'm saying? Because the spirit of chaos and those trickster spirits, they go hand in hand. This download I got is in blue ink as well. Dang, I think we're just going to read all the blue ones. Maybe. I don't know how long this episode's going to be. But it says, complaining actually gets you somewhere. And I thought that was funny because, you know, the saying is usually... Hold on. Okay, it doesn't matter. What was I saying? Let me read that over again. Sorry, y'all. Complaining actually gets you somewhere. I think Spirit meant was actually speaking up. You know how people, like, at the end of a survey, not at a survey, but at the end of anything you do that's, like, customer-based, a type of a service, they'll be like, please list your complaints. But I feel like in that sense, complaint is a general term. It doesn't always have to be like, complaint. It's just like, okay, like, I have some things to say and they need to be addressed. So complaining actually gets you somewhere, just really meaning speaking up when there's some type of inconvenience that can be fixed. If you can have control over a certain situation, right? Because, and if it's through speaking up, which we are in Gemini season, so using that throat chakra is very pivotal at this time. Throat chakra activations are pivotal at this time. Confirmation. So don't be afraid to speak up and get shit fixed. Like, for example, I used to be such a people pleaser that I used to hate, like, getting the waiter again to give me something else. Like, if I already asked them to come over there once, I'd be like, dang, I just asked them this. Or Like, I wouldn't speak up if, say I'm at the dentist, right? And before they drill my teeth, they go in too early, and like the numbing cream isn't all the way numb. Like, I wouldn't say anything. I would just sit through the pain. Like, shit like that. Complaining actually gets you somewhere. So if there are some instances where you're uncomfortable and it's a valid statement, say it. And this is honestly, I think this is geared towards a lot of my people pleasers, because we don't want to be a quote-unquote burden. But that also stems from maybe how we were raised, or what we experienced, what was actually good or bad in our childhood, or how we were parented in so much shape or form by the adults around us. Feeling like that our just basic needs are a nuisance, or our basic needs as children are a burden. But we didn't ask to be here. We asked to be here, but you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna download All Rise. Court is now in session. Spiritual court might be significant for someone. Oh, yeah, judgment. Yeah, I'm getting heavy judgment energy for Gemini season. And it has to be, because there's a lot of throat chakra activation going on. Everybody's speaking up. Everybody's saying something. Right or wrong, left or right. So a lot of spiritual court is gonna come out of this season. I feel like. The number 44, number 55, number 28, number 73 are significant. This episode's about to be real chill. I love that. I like a chill day, chill time. That's a download. Healing does not have to be so dramatic and chaotic for it to be healing. Sometimes closure doesn't have to be what it is on TV or how maybe you've experienced in the past. Sometimes healing or the end of situations are just that. It's like, oh, okay. You getting out of a crazy or messy, or a situation that has the potential of getting crazy or messy, all you have to do is speak up. Or all you have to do is remove yourself. Or there's like simple adjustments, I would say. Simple adjustments you make in life. The more and more you practice your shadow work, the more and more life starts to feel like simple adjustments when you're coming close to these inconveniences in life that we experience. I know you saw that. Freaking tea just spilled. I know this is TMI, but I am like period right now. So that's probably why I'm like a little tired. And two, the full moon is coming up. Actually, let me look at it, confirm that, because I just told a group of people that the full moon was coming up. And if I'm wrong, I need to go back in that journal and tell them that I was fucking wrong. The next full moon is Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. It'll reach its peak illumination at 3:44 a.m. And it's the I love the strawberry moon. I love the strawberry moon. Okay, spirit. Okay, I guess we're gonna do this whole thing. It's not gonna take too long. The next download is, it is time for discipline over emotion. Dun dun dun. It is time for discipline over emotion. And that's not meaning we have to be apathetic. Just meaning that emotion is a wide range, correct? You can get emotional literally about anything. Like a chip can fall on the ground and you could freaking cause a scene. You know what I'm saying? So just, Spirit is saying, have discipline in all the areas you want to have discipline in your life. Like the ones that you've really been on yourself about, whether it's continuing on with the good habits you've made for yourself as far as being cleanly, or maybe continuing your journey in self-discipline, self-mastery, or maybe creating boundaries for yourself. I feel like that's heavy for my collective right now, is continuing to put up those boundaries that are necessary for your survival and necessary for you to continue to be healthy in the mind. You have to have discipline just to do that, because sometimes our emotions want us to throw away everything or lose all faculties or whatever. But remember that emotions, a lot of times, emotions are temporary. Decisions are forever, unfortunately. So please remember that. My spirit family, please remember that. I'm not going to get too deep into that because I feel like everybody understands. We have 2 more left, and then I'm going to head out. I love you guys so much. Wow. Next one is, I'm in love with my shadow now, with the good, the bad, and especially the ugly. I want to highlight the word especially. That's so beautiful. I am in love with my shadow. Oh my gosh, this is the third shadow week, right? Because we do 1 week of shadow work every month, basically. Well, you could do it more than a month, but as far as collectively as what I'd be hosting on my pages. And it's crazy, it's only the 3rd week, and this is something I got from my shadow, that she literally said, I am in love with my shadow. I am in love with my shadow now, with the good, the bad, and especially the ugly. Not and, especially. And I'm highlighting that word especially because once you appreciate your monster within, because even though it scared you in some way, shape, or form before, or that's the only thing you really feared in this life is yourself, if you've learned to appreciate even that, oh, you're unstoppable, because all parts of us and all parts of the collective is necessary to some way, shape, or form, and everything has a purpose here in this earth and in this realm and in this life, you know what I'm saying? So we all not just appreciating the positive aspect of our shadow, the ones that the fiery ones, or the ones that be like, the ones that get attention, but even especially the really ugly things, things that we don't talk about, or the things that, are just, oh my gosh, you even appreciate those because you still learn from the emotions, the intrusive thoughts, I'm getting the word entanglement, the entanglement you get with your higher and lower self. I know it's a higher and lower, but sometimes they can meet and they can dance, like in The Black Swan. Have you guys ever watched that movie? And especially the ugly. That is so beautiful to me, because that is like really stepping in. That just shows to you that I feel like a lot of the collective is going through a big heart chakra awakening as far as loving themselves unconditionally. We've been trained and groomed to freaking love everyone else unconditionally and put up with their bullshit that we shouldn't really have. But have we really learned true self-mastery in the love department? The true unconditional love of self? Because once we really master that, it's not hard to see who we're supposed to give that out to. We can have unconditional love in general for the collective, for the humanity. But when you truly unconditionally love yourself, it is easier and easier to pick and choose whom you should keep in your life in this lifetime that is for your best benefit. Loving your shadow self for the good, the bad, and the ugly is necessary. Like, I'm in love with all the stuff that are my brother is crashing out. I'm in love with all the stuff that's quote-unquote negative about me. It took a long time for me to get to this point, but I just feel like it's necessary. All right, we're on our last download, which is, it says, concentrated content for each round. I feel like that was for creatives, but I feel like Spirit is saying everyone is a creative, not just the people who post content or talk about it or whatever. Like, everyone has this creative thing was inside them. However you would display it, however it comes out and manifests in the physical, everybody has the potential and everybody can be creative. We create stuff every day. And I feel like Spirit's saying, for each realm in your life, meaning for each, so say you have creative endeavors at work. You have creative endeavors at home. You have little mini projects, like decorating your house, or the way you do things are creative to kind of keep you a little sane, or your creative projects you have outside in your yard, or whatever it is. Spirit is saying make sure those stay concentrated within each realm. These are your realms: work, home, outside. Work, home, outside. Kind of the Holy Trinity in a sense. And unless you work from home, that's a whole other story. But just every realm you get to be creative in, be concentrated in that, meaning like focus, be in the present moment when you're in this creation in every realm you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's easy to roam in your mind, you know what I'm saying? Like, you focus on the future, or you focus on it. But when we're creating, we really want to stay present in the creation. So the intention is more potent. All right, I'm about to get out of here, y'all. He's OC right now. But luckily, that was the last download for today. And again, I love you guys forever and ever and ever. We are lifted, we are gifted y protegidos siempre. Y protegidos siempre. Si se puede, si se puede. Ashe, ashe. Amen, 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 ashe. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Bismillah, everything. Inshallah, everything. Sure, I need to learn more phrases of different everything. But yeah, I'm out. And happy Shadow Week.